don't keep the game, you are always in the edge.
And it's going to come to Nicole Marie!
That's good, man. So we got on the game.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. And in this special midweek episode, we will be covering both Matchweek 13 and 14. So we will try as much as possible to squeeze in all 20 games. Welcome back, Chelsea fan Robin, Liverpool fan Yinren, Newcastle fan Mun Jhun, and I myself, Mark, I'm a Fulham fan. This week is the first time since January 2016 that the traditional Premier League Big Six, none of them won in this match week. So interestingly enough, that season also had a surprise winner. It was Leicester. So, you know, you never know. Maybe this season will throw up another surprising winner. Maybe Jose Mourinho.
Southampton.
So I think that's where we can start our first big game. Liverpool versus Spurs, headlines match week 13. Both sides dropped points to London clubs. Maybe you can say the fans made a difference. I'm not sure, but Spurs conceded late against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. Liverpool, maybe maybe because I'm a Fulham fan, I can say that they were a bit lucky to escape with a draw at Craven Cottage. Both are going into this not really in top form also.
I mean, going back to the Fulham game, I think you're right. I mean, of course we escaped with a draw to a penalty, right? And it's also like a dodgy. I mean, not dodgy, it's sort of like you want to give. Then it's like a bit easy, but you don't want to give also like a bit. I don't know. It'll be a hard position for the referee though.
I think in a way you can say
what are your thoughts
it's a soft penalty, but it's definitely a penalty.
Yeah, and it's like not like and I guess in this instance there's no scapegoats for people to blame. You can't be like, well, the person died for like actually it's like a bit of contact, then like whatever. Because in this case it's really the ball to the hand. It's just that whether how strict you want to follow the rules, right? I don't know. As a Fulham fan, do you feel like there is a bit shit, like what the hell is kind of thing?
I mean, it did seem like, look, of course I'm disappointed that we didn't get all 3 points. I feel that we actually from the performance deserved it. But I have no comments about the penalty. Like, look, nowadays if he hits your hand in the box, that kind of thing, and technically his hands weren't beside his side, so you have to give . It's a bit wasted because it's quite nonsense. He didn't have to raise his hands that way, but yeah,
it just so happened. I don't know.
Yeah, correct. And I guess you can say also Salah's penalty, not exactly the most convincing results. Quite surprised about also. But,
yeah, I think the keeper should have saved it there.
Yeah, actually, if you want to be very harsh about it, because otherwise he had a very good game. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Fulham really took me by surprise. I thought they were gonna not. I mean, I thought they were gonna get rolled over, like most people expected. But they actually played quite well. Like in terms of your pressing, in terms of your defense, in terms of your attack. And I think especially in the first half or like the first 30 minutes gave Liverpool a lot of problems. Yeah, but Liverpool being Liverpool, like they will, I don't know, they will claw their way back into the game. So towards the end of the game, I think it was a more even game. So in a sense, yeah, it's lucky that we escaped with a draw because it's a penalty, right? But on the other hand, I feel like our performance in the second half sort of warrants a draw.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine also. Yeah, correct. I mean, but this kind of thing entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So going to this week's game, I think it's at Anfield, so obviously Liverpool's not gonna lose there, right? So the baseline is already gonna be a draw. I hope. Too confident and then make it to the trailers again.
To be fair, I don't think so. Like, to be honest, even if I don't know if I will say this, but even if Spurs were to beat Liverpool, it wouldn't be like a massive surprise. In that sense, I mean, Spurs are title contenders. They've been performing rather well. But I think, to be honest, they shot themselves in the foot against Palace also.
But I mean, it's at Anfield, with the winning streak and all. So like, if Spurs win,
but I mean, winning streaks do end also sometimes. You never know.
Okay I think Liverpool are definitely gonna bounce back. They seldom play like consecutively bad games, or they haven't lost or even drew consecutively in the league for quite some time already. So and they're bound to score so it's whether, and I feel that they can outscore Spurs. I mean, we all know what Spurs are gonna do, right? You're just gonna go there, then just like park the bus. This is gonna be like the classic Mourinho strat. can't be any more classic than this coming week. So
Yeah.
if you know that that's what he's gonna do already, it's maybe a bit easier to set up against it. I mean, of course, we can say the same about Liverpool squad, like how they do the same thing every week. So but the difference is like, at least for Liverpool style, you're playing on the front foot, right? So you get to dictate what you're gonna do, and then the opposition, in this case Spurs, will be like the reactive team. So I feel like being the reactive team is maybe a bit harder to like control.
Yeah, I'm sure it's harder also, but basically Spurs have been doing this to the other big teams also, Like I think even including Arsenal also, they were the more reactive team, and still, I mean, it is Arsenal. But I mean, they did to Chelsea, to Man U, it's the same thing also.
And so I think Liverpool's results against Spurs recently have been quite good, right? Like going all the way back to like the Champions League finals. So
okay.
And yeah, if I'm not wrong, it's like they consistently win over Spurs. So I don't know, maybe there's still like some sort of mental block.
But maybe for Spurs, arguably this is a different Spurs, under Jose Mourinho.
It's still the same players.
They've been thought to be more rough, or what was the term that he used in the All or Nothing, to be more like bastards, right? I think something like that.
Yeah, they are words that cannot be said without censoring.
Okay, I guess got to censor that now. But yeah.
Yeah, so I think I think I'm gonna go for Liverpool win. I think Spurs are gonna score 1 goal minimally. 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay, sounds like a very possible score.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, Robin has been watching a lot of Jose Mourinho teams over the years also, so I'm sure you know what to expect.
I think now I have to gauge based on the teams really lah. I think Mourinho will set out obviously the defensive structure and look to break on the flanks when Trent and Robertson push forward to attack. As is pretty much Liverpool's main game plan lah, is where their threats really come from. So they'll probably rely on players like Lucas Moura and Son to just break at pace lor. So Kane drop deep and then play a long through ball to just exploit the flanks. So I think that's where Liverpool might get hurt if they're not careful lah. It's like the Aston Villa game like that. Way back. But yeah, because Liverpool are at home, I'm inclined to go for a draw instead lah. Yeah, but I think it'll be quite a nice draw. So I'm hoping for a 2-2.
Wow, okay. Quite high scoring.
Liverpool always has good games even if you draw.
Yeah, at least you guys are entertaining to watch.
Yeah, it won't be like Man U or Arsenal. Just like
I mean, I think Mun Jhun, you also watched the Fulham Liverpool game also. Do you think that there are any performances from any of the Liverpool players that maybe would concern you a little bit?
Not too much, but also be surprised that they, in their second half tactics, in which they went all out. Yeah, then I feel that really exposed them at the back a bit. I wouldn't say Fulham is a top tier counter-attacking team, but I guess they will be a decent, maybe an average counter-attacking team, given the players they play. Then I feel like sometimes they really got caught up with Liverpool players. Like if they were players like perhaps Son and Kane of Adebayor Lookman and Ivan Cavallero, then I feel like they really hurt Liverpool in that aspect. But let me analyze this based on my baseless analysis. Okay, because this game that I said Spurs, they always struggle at small stadiums against teams that sit back, and they struggle against Crystal Palace. So I think in Liverpool it's a different thing. They got more. Somehow I think Anfield is bigger than Selhurst Park, so somehow I think they'll have more space to exploit. And also you also like the game plan. I think it suits, and like it's what Spurs will thrive in there. They probably have like 30% of the ball. But somehow they have more shots than Liverpool, something like that. Yeah. So I think they have a shot at this game. Spurs. Yeah, I'll go for 2-1 Spurs.
Wow, okay. To break Liverpool's 3.5-year home unbeaten run. Actually, I also agree with Mun Jhun. Not on the score, but on his more or less his analysis also. I think this is very much Jose Mourinho's kind of game also lah. Like against Crystal Palace, right? It's almost as if I'm pretty sure even at Chelsea, right? Mourinho did have a second gear to shift into, or more like a plan B. But it seems like his only plan now is to only counter attack only. So when Palace gave them a lot of the ball, it seems like even in his substitutions, it was a lot of it was like for like, So it seemed like he either he didn't trust the players to go for it, or maybe you can say he's not comfortable with the idea of going for it against Palace. So even after they scored a goal, they immediately started to sit back, and then it was a sort of a matter of time before Palace scored. I don't know. I'm starting to feel that even if Spurs were to give Liverpool a lot of the ball, Liverpool will be able to, it's the flip side of the argument that Liverpool will be able to exploit that a lot better than the other previous teams that Spurs have faced. I'm going to go draw because that was what I felt about the game before. Although I think Liverpool will be more motivated to bounce back. The way that Jurgen Klopp was so riled up against on the touchline, I feel like this could have been like sort of a wake-up call. I don't know, maybe possible. So I would say, I'm going 1-1 on Liverpool Spurs. On the weekend, Liverpool will be travelling to Crystal Palace to try to do what Spurs couldn't, to beat Roy Hodgson's at Selhurst Park. Does anyone want to think that possibly Liverpool don't win at Crystal Palace?
You never know this kind of thing. Like you also expect Liverpool to win at Craven Cottage, right? Hands down.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's hard to say that, to be honest. Like I do see a scenario that Liverpool fuck up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to censor a second word, but okay, yeah.
You think Liverpool can fuck up?
I mean, Lightning not gonna strike twice, especially not in like 2 consecutive away games.
Although Liverpool don't have exactly a very good away record, their only win actually did come at Chelsea. So it actually seems like a bit of an odd record now, but yeah.
I mean, well, like you mentioned just now, like these kind of tricks meant to be broken, right? So
okay.
I mean, I'm still confident that Liverpool's gonna win. I think, I think even the Fulham game. Look, Liverpool's been playing a lot of games recently, right? So it's like it can be a bit off, like once in a while, with like the frequency of games you're playing, and with, I guess, a lack of substitutions. Cause like now Jota's injured again. I don't know. I don't know. That one is. I'm
it
sure.
Could be how to say, their strength in depth is starting to get seriously tested also whereas maybe other teams don't really have that kind of test. But
yeah. But you can always count on the front three to score so.
Although I would say Sadio Mane was a little bit
off, right?
Not quite.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's and he hasn't scored in 6 games, I think. So a bit of an off form. I think we'll still win Palace. I think it'll be 3-0.
Wow, it's a big win.
Big win.
I think it'll be narrower. I mean, Palace are not that bad. The same plan, exactly the same plan as Spurs. Sit back and counter on the flanks. And they have the players to do it. The Eze and Zaha are good enough to trouble Liverpool. But I think Liverpool is strong enough to win. And it's about getting the first goal, honestly. I think Spurs tried to do that like the previous game week. But obviously they got complacent. And they faced again a Superman goalie. He had a great game.
A lot of good saves from Keita. Although, the goal was his fault also. But yeah.
It's like he redeemed
himself. Yeah.
But I think Liverpool will win Crystal Palace 2-1. They should win.
I'm going to go Crystal Palace 2-0.
Wow.
What? Wow.
That's the only hot take this season, Mark.
Any reasons for that?
I think
just solely based on Liverpool's bad away form.
Not solely based on that, but I think Palace are a lot better than. I mean, it's unfair to say just because they're better. Although now I'm starting to regret my choice. Although the regret is probably the scoreline. I would say I'm going to change it. Crystal Palace 2-1. Yeah, I think Liverpool will still score also.
I mean, Liverpool will score no matter what.
I think the fixtures will catch up with them and everything.
I'm actually comparing the squads between Crystal Palace and Fulham and I do feel somehow Fulham current Fulham, they are more stable defensively than Crystal Palace. Yeah, but I think Crystal Palace got more attacking prowess as compared to Fulham. So I was going to go for Crystal Palace win. Why you say 2-1 Yeah, if I follow you 2-1. Okay. Crystal Palace.
We can go to the other sort of big game in match week 14. Spurs, after taking on Liverpool, will take on another title contender in Leicester City. So Leicester, after some dodgy results at the early part of the season, suddenly we were starting to doubt their title credentials. Yinren starting to regret his article also. But now they're back. They're now in third place. So Spurs will be at home against Leicester. So do you think there'll be Spurs, Jose Mourinho masterclass again, or will Brendan Rodgers? Technically, Brendan Rodgers was his, I think, assistant or coach somewhere. Yeah, so maybe
Chelsea,
the student will get the better teacher. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say sorry to Leicester fans lah. This is the kind of game that Leicester just showed up, man. Like they don't show against big teams, somehow. Yeah, they only win the smaller teams.
They beat Man City.
I guess, but that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, they beat teams like Arsenal. But somehow they got the habit to just not show up against big teams. Yeah, in my opinion. So to me, I go for 3-0 Spurs.
Wow, okay.
Going back to what you're saying about Mourinho's tactics, right? I don't think Leicester really plays that well into their tactics, right? Because Leicester themselves are sort of a counter-attacking team. I feel right. They use Vardy a lot for that. So, I think it's going to be 1-0 Leicester.
Wow, okay. 1-0 Leicester. Possibly that will mean back-to-back losses for Jose Mourinho, but okay. Yeah, according to your predictions lah. Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. So, now that sounds a bit...
I mean, it's very difficult for us to be able to predict match week 14 also, so maybe you expect us to get fewer points for that lah, but we are just trying out something, yeah.
I think maybe the fixtures and the squad depth would affect Leicester worse than Spurs. Okay. So I still have faith in Mourinho's tactics also. I think he'll get the better of Brendan Rodgers this time. And Leicester, I don't know, their defense don't really inspire me that much. Like they just somehow, I agree with Mun Jhun, like they just don't turn up some games when you expect them to, or you hope for them to. Overly reliant on Jamie Vardy and James Maddison, right? Yeah. Overly reliant on these two guys right now. So I think Spurs should also come out tops against Leicester. But I think it'll be a 2-0 Spurs.
I have a feeling, Mourinho still somehow is not going to be able to... I think because the only attacking mid that he really has on his Spurs squad is Dele Alli, and he doesn't really want to play him. So, and Gareth Bale also hardly playing also. So he will always stick with his 3 midfield lieutenants in the middle. I think it will be quite similar to the Palace game. Like they will score and then they start sitting back, and then Leicester will. It will be a sooner or later thing before Leicester score. I'm going to go Spurs 2-1. Spurs 2-1 win. Yeah. So for our second part, this is every week we have this dedicated section, like a crisis section for Arsenal. But every week, right, it's just getting worse and worse. Now it's just a bit ridiculous already. Like, there are so many stats, I'm not even sure which one to use. Like what, lost 4 home games in a row since 1959. It's like a bit ridiculous. Like, their home form is so bad. It's not like their away form is much better also. Aubameyang finally scored, but at the wrong end. So I guess the question is like that. Maybe a lot of people have been asking is, should Arteta get sacked?
I think he's in danger. If he loses some more game, I think he's gone.
So I guess timely to mention Arsenal's 2 games. We will cover both back-to-back. Arsenal face Southampton at home, so hoping to avoid a 5th straight defeat at the Emirates. Then Arsenal go to Goodison Park to face revitalized Everton. So, this could actually possibly
two hard games.
Both losses also, but you never know. Yeah.
I mean, if you can lose to Burnley, you can lose to anyone.
But yeah, by that logic, correct, yeah. By that logic, they will be relegated this season.
I haven't seen Southampton play a lot, but they're top 4, so that counts for something, right? I don't see a Arsenal win in both games.
Wow, okay.
It's hard. Oh my god, but like if they're losing streak continue, I don't know where they got head.
At this point, like already against Burnley, right? It's the kind of result you wake up in the morning like, oh my god, like how bad can this get? But I think even the Arsenal fan TV people also tired of getting angry also.
Southampton is doing well. I haven't seen them play a lot, but I think they are quite a solid squad. Like even if they don't win, it's gonna be a draw. I think I think it's gonna be a Southampton draw. Cause I mean
Okay.
I suddenly can't keep losing lah. What the hell? It's very weird. I don't know It's like impossible. Is it? I don't know lah. It's just like confusing, you know. But then again, you don't see where the goals can come from Arsenal now. It's not even. I don't know what they're playing lah. They're not even playing anything. They're trying to be. They like Burnley like that. No goals and just.
Yeah, like to be fair, right? They actually didn't play badly against Burnley. You know, it's just that they just didn't look like going to score. And okay, to be fair, Burnley also didn't look like they were going to score lah. So Arsenal helped them out. But yeah, okay, I'm going to say Arsenal beat Southampton.
Wow.
1-0. But they will lose to Everton 2-1.
Who to score? Southampton own goal. The hell?
if they are hoping for Danny Ings to help them out, I don't know if that will work.
Usually, right, I would think this is the kind of game that Arsenal will just break their streak, losing streak against teams like Southampton. But this is a different Southampton. This is this year's Southampton. Okay. And to shout to my boys, Che Adams and Danny Ings. So I think it's I don't think there's any way for Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah. So
according
I don't think
power rankings, right?
I don't think it'll be easy win. So we can go for 1-0 Southampton win for the first one.
Wow. So 5th straight
yeah.
for Arsenal. Okay.
Somehow I feel Arsenal got a better chance against Everton.
Yeah, because I understand that thinking also.
Yeah, because when Everton doesn't show up, they really completely don't show up. Yeah, so but I don't think it'll be a surprise. I think I'll go for a draw for the Everton game. Arsenal will score 1-1 1-1.
I guess Robin would probably be the best position to tell us how Everton did against Chelsea this weekend.
Oh my goodness, they did very well. Clearly, they did. I mean, partly Chelsea's fault. Yeah, partly Chelsea's fault. Like, we were so off. It was like one of Chelsea's worst performances. Like, very disjointed in attack, and then like everybody had very poor touches and passes, especially in the first half. And we were made to pay for it lah. Mendy, another mistake, which was quite uncharacteristic. He just anyhow rushed out and conceded penalty. It should have been a draw lah, I feel. We also tiang post twice. Yeah, so we didn't play well, so fair play to Everton. They defended very, very well against us. But for Arsenal's case, right, I still support Arteta. I don't think it's... I think the problem lies with the board, really, like behind the scenes.
No, but the board isn't the one that's doing the tactics, isn't the one who's getting silly red cards on the pitch also. So,
yeah, but this,
I mean, yes, of course there are problems with the board also lah. But if you want to be able to solve the issue, surely it must be either the manager goes or you back him and he gets new players in the winter transfer window.
Yeah, I do think he needs new players lah, for sure. And the players that he's brought in so far have actually been decent. I always back his signings of Gabriel and Partey lah. I don't know who else he signed actually, but these two are good.
William
Saliba, is it? The hell, not even there.
William Saliba, who is somehow not... Okay, William Saliba was Emery's buy though.
Okay. Yeah. Signed and then loaned out or something. William was I think it's a mistake lah. Just a free transfer with experience of winning stuff. Had only one good game against Fulham, and then everybody was raving for that 1 week. And then the true colours show.
I guess we are a major contributor to Arsenal fans' delusion at the start of the season.
Yeah, super delusional. And I mean, Chelsea fans can see it coming. Like, it's just that one game, one off. He's past his prime lah, and it's very clear to see. But I still don't think it's completely Arteta's fault. Xhaka had just lost his head stupidly. It just boils down to a lack of mentality in the squad lah. And those are a lot of players he inherited, to be fair. Of course, he has to take the blame for not being able to motivate them appropriately or what. So I have no idea how they won the FA Cup last year. Yeah. Aubameyang, after his stupid new contract, he really leaped up already. Yeah, so Arteta stays for me because, I mean, they'll struggle to find anyone else better also, to be fair. And then, unfortunately, for the coming 2 games, I think they will lose both.
Wait, so Arteta to stay despite losing both?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as he wants, he can stay as long as he wants.
Yeah.
I guess after they lose both, at that point, it's just, you know what, we're just going to double down. We all in on Arteta already.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one else they can get in. Who will want to join Arsenal now?
Have you forgotten Mr. Big Sam?
Oh my god.
Okay.
The fans will
Save
go
them from-
crazy. The relegation, bro. Wow, GG. So, they don't have much of a choice but to stick with Arteta. But they really need to back him in the transfers. And it's a series of mistakes that cause them to be broke right now. Yeah, so board issue for me. But I think they'll lose both against Southampton and Everton. I'm tempted to go for both 2-0. Danny Ings. It's the English strikers, man. Danny Ings, Che Adams, Calvert-Lewin. I think they'll just destroy Arsenal. They'll give them a lot of problems.
I think Southampton is going to be a draw.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 1-1. And then I think they're going to lose to Everton. I mean, I guess despite all of Everton's frailties, I think Carlo Ancelotti is still a pretty good coach. He's a really good coach, and I don't think he will lose to this Arsenal side. Right? I think Everton's gonna win 1-0.
Okay, and given those results, Arteta to stay after both games?
No, I think if he loses to Southampton, right? I predicted a draw, so
okay, yeah.
If it's a draw and a loss, right? I think he's still gonna go, But if he loses to Southampton, I think he's gone already.
I mean, this one, no pressure to predict whether Arteta goes or not. It's just pure speculation.
Side.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of coaches that I feel they can bring in now, right? I think Allegri is one of them.
Allegri is still free agent.
Yeah, and I don't agree with Robin. I don't think it's I mean, the board has always been a problem, But the board hasn't made them become 15 on the table with with that losing streak, right? They've always had the same board with the same problem since Wenger's time, and they've never been this bad. So, and the players, okay, I mean, you have to blame the players because they've been bad all along, right? Even from Wenger's time to now. But they were also
never this bad.
Never this bad, Somehow they can still pull something out and then make it to the top half of the table.
In case, because I actually had to search this, Unai Emery's first season at Arsenal, right, actually finished 5th. Yeah, above Man U. So actually,
he had this undefeated run, right, for 10 plus 20 games. Wow. In the first half of the season, and then they were Arsenal's back, but of course they are disappointed.
In the end, but still now Arsenal 5th is still now sounding like quite a big achievement already. So I don't think they'll come close to that.
So I definitely think it's Arteta's fault. He's sounding a bit like Oli, he's trying to be positive, trying to be like the team is in the right way, that kind, right? Mm-hmm. And then we are more solid, all that. So maybe another Oli in disguise.
It's just a different. Yeah, he seems more. I don't know. He's able to present himself better than Ole. Ole is a bit more to be honest, I don't care if people think that I don't know what I'm doing, that kind of thing. But
yeah. In a sense, Arteta has less experience than Ole.
Correct. Yeah, at least Ole has the experience of bringing Cardiff down. So.
Well, at least he has experience managing clubs, right? Arteta was technically sort of like a coach, so maybe he's good. He's a good coach, but he can't manage.
I think we can go to actually. Robin already touched a bit on Chelsea's performance, but we can go to Chelsea next. We can cover both their games. Chelsea travelled to Molineux to face human nestless Wolves, who lost at Aston Villa last time out. 10-man Aston Villa actually. Then Chelsea are at home against West Ham.
I'm confident in a win against Wolves even though they actually played decently against Aston Villa. Then just very unlucky to concede that last penalty. But I think Chelsea have to bounce back from the defeat. So I think they'll take it out on Wolves. So I think Chelsea will win Wolves, but I think we may draw against West Ham. Chelsea Wolves probably a 2-0. West Ham game, it will be 1-1. I think Chelsea now are suffering from the injuries. Ziyech and Hudson-Odoi one shot, and Pulisic is always on-off. So we are struggling without wingers, and Kai Havertz is not suited there yet, at least. That's why it's very disjointed now. So that's my worry lah. That's my only worry.
Actually, given that Edouard Mendy did have a mistake the last time out against Leeds, this time round he gave away the penalty for Sigurdsson to put away also. Is there sort of is this a pattern you're concerned about, or it's just one of those things? He takes some risks sometimes. You're gonna give away certain things.
Yeah, I think he just against Everton maybe he overcompensated a little because a few minutes before that mistake he took a knock lah. So I don't know if that hit impacted him literally, and then he just wants to make his presence felt again, right? But otherwise he has definitely a stronger mentality than Kepa. So
okay, no, definitely not saying that you all should bring in Kepa or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, but I
really
still have faith.
Caballero.
Yeah, so I think I will still back Mendy to perform and be able to get that clean sheets again. Yeah, it's just one-off mistakes. Although they are quite similar in that he rushed out, his timing is a little off. But I think he can slowly work on that lah.
Okay I think Chelsea is still quite strong, especially so I think against Wolves, right? I don't know. I don't see Wolves scoring much goals moving forward without Raul Jimenez. Like you can lose 1-0 to Aston Villa. You haven't been scoring for the past few games also. So it's hard to see how they can win against Chelsea. And Chelsea will be raring to bounce back from their defeat against Everton. I think it's gonna be 3-0 to Chelsea.
Wow, big score. Okay.
Against Wolves. And then against West Ham, maybe a bit tighter, but I predict a Chelsea win too, 2-1.
Okay.
In Mendy's case, I feel he's a bit more of a... I don't know, I haven't been seeing him play a lot, but from the descriptions, it feels like he's a bit of a more old school shot stopper, is it? He doesn't really...
I get that feeling.
He does claiming crosses. Yeah, I think that's his best.
Yeah. And he makes saves, but other than that, it's hard to see him play like Ederson or like Alisson, where you have to like run and come out and like be almost like a third defender. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with having keepers that way also. I mean, he's okay with his feet. It's just that maybe his judgment in terms of like tackling, that kind of thing, maybe it's not quite.
Then again, Manuel Neuer also once in a while run out and do stupid shit.
I mean, but Manuel Neuer is like super keeper on steroids like that. It's another extreme already, yeah.
Well, but he founded that position, so...
correct, I mean, that's true also, yeah.
Just that maybe people cannot do it as crazily as him, so it's like a toned down version of it.
I'm also going to go with 2 Chelsea wins because I don't see how Wolves or West Ham will be able to stop Chelsea, but I guess maybe smaller scorelines. I'll go with... not confident of Wolves scoring also, so I guess Chelsea 2-0 against Wolves, Chelsea to beat West Ham 3-1.
I think I'll just go a bit off my usual style for these 2 games.
Okay.
I think I'm going to predict draws in both games.
Wow. Okay.
And
so,
I'm going to go for the Wolves and Chelsea. I'll go for 0-0. And the West Ham one, I'll go for 1-1.
Oh, okay. So Chelsea stuttering through December. I think the less said about the Manchester derby, the better lah.
Wow.
I felt it was a waste of 90 minutes of my life lah. But okay.
You see the Martin Tyler commentary, hilarious.
Yeah.
Wait, what did
I think he was bored also.
The puns, like
De Gea.
the Bruyne, the Gea, the RB. What?
I think he had nothing else to say. It was just like, okay lah, I'm just going to go for it, that kind of thing. But okay. Man City have quite easy to... well, I guess you can say sort of 2 easy games, but Man City haven't really made it easy for themselves. Man City face West Brom first. That should be the easy game. Then they travel to St. Mary's to take on high-flying Southampton. So anyone going to predict that Man City can finally get some goals that they were sorely missing against Man U?
I think Man City West Brom, there's a chance for that. I mean, there's nothing that West Brom can do to... Okay lah. I think no one's going to predict a West Brom win lah.
I don't think so.
Or even a West Brom draw. I think it's going to be City win just by how much.
Okay.
And they do still have the tendency of going offsides, destroying teams, right? I think it just happened 2 weeks ago, right? Before the Manchester. Before the
against Burnley.
Yeah. So, I mean, the same fate awaits West Brom.
Okay.
Especially after like disappointing performance in the derby, I think they will take it out of West Brom. I think it's going to be like 4-0. And then the other one is a bit hard to predict. I think it's gonna be a draw. I think Southampton is quite
good enough to draw.
It's good enough to draw. They always have Danny Ings and Danny Ings to score goals, and even James Ward-Prowse, right? He's gonna.
Oh.
even if when he's not scoring, right, he's assisting from set pieces.
Correct. Yeah, basically, right, he's just a set piece specialist, lah. Yeah.
And I don't know. I think from what I've read, he still works quite hard in his position, lah. So like if all else average, right, then you specialize in like what you do so well, right? I think it warrants his place in the team. I think some people are saying that how he should be included in the England squad somehow.
Or just based on his, I mean, yeah, possibly. Yeah.
I mean, and he is Southampton's captain actually, yeah. So I mean that counts for something too. I think it's gonna be 1-1 that game.
Okay, I have no hope for West Brom. To be honest. if you're expecting goals to come from Conor Gallagher, I think you're screwed. So that one, don't need to say so much. I think Man City will get smack them one time, go one. I think 5-0.
5-0, okay.
5-0. Yeah, but as for the game, right, the one against Southampton, right, I'm too high up the Southampton train. I cannot drop I cannot drop down. So I'll go for 3-2 Southampton win.
Wow, okay. So 5 goals in both games, but Southampton edging the 5 in the second game. Okay, Robin?
I think City will win 3-0 against West Brom.
Okay, everyone just picking their favorite number lah. Okay.
Yes.
3, 4, 5 already.
Southampton is a tricky one, but I think City will win. Will burst Southampton's bubble a little bit, but it'll be a tight one. I think it's 2-1 for City.
Okay, I didn't get the West Brom one out of the way first. I'll go 4-0. In terms of Southampton, I don't know. Maybe because of the Manchester derby, how underwhelmed I was with Man City, right? I'm going to go Southampton, Man City 1-1. I think is that exactly the same as
me?
As Yinren's? Yeah, okay. I guess. I think we don't usually agree on scores, but rare time to agree. Next, we will talk about Manchester United in a week where suddenly it seems like no attention on Ole at all. 2, I guess you can say, sort of softer fixtures for Manchester United. They face winless Sheffield United. Currently the tally is at 12. They are aiming for 16 for the record. Then after that, Manchester United host Leeds in the Roses derby. So that's a derby that hasn't been played in the Premier League for I think more than 20 years. So probably quite highly anticipated. But I think fans not quite allowed at Old Trafford yet. So maybe that's a bit of a disappointing thing for the fans.
I think Man U Sheffield is going to be 2-0 Man U.
Okay. Man U with their infamous away form.
Yeah. Whereas it's going to be a harder game against Leeds. I think Leeds is going to win it. Man U has been on a pretty good run in the Premier League. Leeds can burst their bubble slightly. I think I'm gonna go for 2-1 Leeds.
Somehow against City they didn't buckle. Even Luke Shaw played decently.
But actually, I would say this is on Man City. They never really went for it against Man U also.
True lah. A lot of people have been talking about their central midfield choice. They play 2 defensive guys instead of going for it lah. Yeah, but I think these 2 fixtures for United they will win. As annoyed as I am as a Chelsea fan, I think they will win both. First game, Sheffield United. I think Man U just whoop them. I think it'll be a good 4-0.
Oh.
Have faith in the Bruno Fernandes. Only that one man.
No, he just get penalties.
Good enough, man.
Can get 4 penalties.
But we have to see. I don't know if Sheffield United give away a lot of penalties, but okay.
Then against Leeds, I think Leeds might.
How has Leeds been doing?
I think Leeds might be
badly actually.
Oh, quite badly also.
Yeah, they're on a pretty bad run. I think they cannot sustain the energy levels in this short time frame right before Christmas. Plus, I think Man U defend. They should be able to defend against Leeds. They just need to hold on. But I think it'll be like a 3-1, a very counter-attacking Man United would exploit Leeds.
I will go Man U beat Sheffield United 2-1. Yeah, that would be surprisingly close, I think. Yeah, Sheffield United think they can win, whatever, then I think Man U eventually will score the goals.
In overtime.
Or yeah, maybe 10-minute injury time or something, then Chris Fodder will explode. Start blaming Jurgen Klopp. But maybe this is the... Yeah, I'm tempted to go Leeds win also. I don't know, maybe it's the... you're hoping... Because, like you said just now also, Leeds haven't exactly been on very good form. But yeah, I'm just thinking maybe, Leeds, the occasion and everything, facing Man U for the first time in years. Yinren said 2-1, right?
Yeah, you want to follow me again?
I'll go slightly different. I'll go 3-2 Leeds.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
I think I do agree, Mark. The Sheffield game will be closer than what people would think.
I think 2-0 quite close already.
Yeah, but it seems the kind of game that Man U would just score in like the 88th minute, 89th minute, just somehow. Yeah. So I'll go for a 1-0 Man U win for the first one. Then as for the Alan Smith derby, right, I think...
You say Alan Smith derby? Okay, yeah. No, yeah. Put that way. Okay, yeah.
I mean, I do see Leeds winning this though. It seems like the kind of game
chance,
that they do. Yeah, it seems like the typical kind of game that they just step up. Yeah. I go for 3-1 Leeds win.
Both these teams, Leicester and Everton, both have English strikers.
Oh, okay, let me...
So, time for Mun Jhun's special section, English striker power rankings.
Okay, for...
I see there's a new
the
entry.
top 10. For the top 10, yeah, there's a new entry. Later I'll get into it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, top 10. Okay, the only big difference is that now DLC has gone down 1 and Jamie Vardy has number 2 now. I somehow feel Jamie Vardy he's able to impact the game better instead of just scoring tap-ins and headers.
I mean, that's been his
But
style
that was
all the time.
That was against what, Brighton, ma.
Yeah, I guess. As you can see, right, number 4 and number 7, also big jumps for my boys, Che Adams and Danny Ings. Yeah, Patrick Bamford can go home. I don't know what he's doing already, but anyway. Yeah, and Callum Wilson, I mean, as good as I think he is,
he didn't score this weekend.
He didn't score this weekend. He also didn't assist. Jolinton had an assist this weekend. So
I was about to get to that.
I mean, I still think he's behind Patrick Bamford a bit in that one. Then as for 8, 9, 10, Ollie Watkins, he dropped down behind Che Adams because he did absolutely nothing during the weekend. Then Mikel Antonio, he's still there. He didn't even play the weekend. Tammy Abraham also, he sub on. Yeah. But the big change entry into my top set 80 players, you can see, is Mr. number 10 there, Mr. Dwight Gill, super sub, super header. Oh my god. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, I think he's way better than any of these
people below.
There's 7 players that were others. Ryan Brewster still a lot. Oh, if you all don't know, who know who's the exclusion from this list?
The Robinson, right?
Yeah, Callum Robinson. Apparently he's Irish. I didn't even know that.
Oh, is it? Okay. So I guess
thank God he's not in the...
But yeah.
Wait, that girl plays for who?
Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle. He scored the goal. Then he realized that he missed out Dwight Gill in it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Actually, if like I was very tempted to put Dwight Gill in front of like Mikel Antonio and Tammy Abraham, but I think that'll be a bit too much. But if he scores against Leeds or like Fulham in the next 2 games, I think he might be in my top 8. Yeah.
Okay. So the incentive for Dwight Gill is to move up London's English striker power rankings. Okay, very huge incentive.
I mean, I do believe that Steve Bruce should play Callum Wilson and Dwight Gill together. I feel that would be quite an interesting partnership.
Instead of Jolinton.
Jolinton is so clumsy. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him, man. But yeah.
But it's his most productive season for you all so far.
Even the assist he had this week, I still feel it's very Tycho.
Tycho, okay.
He seems very misplaced and he somehow nutmegged the defender and he went straight to... Yeah, so, I mean, it seemed very unintentional. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. He helped the Sheldon Cooper look-alike to score. First minute and 19 seconds in.
Sheldon Cooper.
Because I missed the goal, because I went in late, like 30 seconds late. There's up already. Then Mark also messaged me, but up already, 1 million. But
yeah, like what, 20 seconds or something?
19 seconds.
Yeah. I haven't even on the stream yet, is it?
Yeah. But I think the top 7 will stay for the rest of the season. Yeah.
I guess we can compare number 2 and number 3. They are going head to head in the next match. In the game where I guess you can say these 2 teams are the ones trying to break into the Premier League big stakes lah. Leicester face Everton, matchweek 13.
I just have no confidence in Everton. To be honest, I mean, despite their game against Chelsea, but given their form this year, unlikely they will sustain anything. Okay. So I feel that Leicester, as a team, I feel they have more quality than Everton. Maybe individual players may be different, but as a team, I think they are better. So I'll go for 2-1 Leicester.
Okay, I'll match yours. I'll go Jamie Vardy 2, Calvert-Lewin 1.
I think it'll be a draw for me. 2-2.
Actually, has there ever been a 2-2? We have predicted so many 2-2s. I don't think there's a single 2-2.
Wow, this one you testing our memory.
I think so.
Whether
We
there's
always say
any 2-2s in the
2-2-3-3, but
season.
never come out 2-2-3-3. But okay.
Leicester will win 1-0. Jordan Pickford to make a mistake.
Newcastle face Leeds first, before facing Fulham at home in St James's Park in match week 14. I think back-to-back wins will put Newcastle in like top 6 contention.
Oh.
Yeah.
Start buying jerseys already.
To be honest, when I first look at this fixture list, right, to me, Leeds against and Fulham, I would be happy with 4 points.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's pre-Dyke Gale, because now we have Dyke Gale. I'm expecting 6 points from these 2 games.
Wow, that confident. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I do expect a win against Fulham. Against Leeds, I feel it's the kind of game that we will just have only 20% possession. But we were smacking on the counter-attack somehow by the Dyke Gale goal or some Callum Wilson goal. Probably a goal that we don't deserve. So maybe for the Leeds game, I'll go for 1-0 to Newcastle. And unlikely we'll keep 2 clean sheets in a row. So I'll think for the Fulham game, we'll go for 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Newcastle will win against Leeds because I predicted Leeds to win against Man U. I don't see any 2 games in a row. So
okay. So
He reversed
I guess
the
basing on
prediction.
okay, understand.
I think it will Newcastle 2-1 win against Leeds. But I think against Fulham were actually gonna win Newcastle. I mean Fulham's starting to find their form and from how they play against Liverpool, I think if they continue this way, they definitely have a chance. So I think it will be 1-0 Fulham.
I predicted Leeds win also. I think based on your logic. Yeah, I don't quite think Leeds will win twice, but I'll go for Leeds Newcastle 1-1. I'm actually more confident that we'll beat Newcastle than we'll beat Brighton actually, because I think Brighton is the kind of game that we will it's a must win and then we somehow end up with a draw or something. But I think we'll beat Newcastle. Fulham to beat Newcastle 2-1.
I think Leeds will win Newcastle. Sorry, but
Why?
because they're at home and they're kind of due a decent goal scoring performance. I don't see them doing too badly against Newcastle. Don't worry, Newcastle's win can come later.
Okay.
But I think it'll be very tight It could go either way, to be honest. But I think Leeds would just edge it because of just them being at home I think it'll be 1-0 for Leeds. Then the next week, Newcastle Fulham, I think Newcastle will win because I think St James's Park is quite a strong place for them.
No, it's not.
Really, man? The past results, you all have been doing okay besides the loss to Chelsea. Or other teams don't really fare that well against them. I don't know if there's no fans, no diff, right? But I think Newcastle should win 2-1 against Fulham. Still will concede because Fulham now resurgence.
Okay, I guess we can go next to Fulham's first game of this. So his match week 13 game against Brighton in midweek, sort of built as a must win, because we didn't really get all the points we needed against Liverpool. So we definitely need to show it against Brighton also. So I think for me, this kind of game is the one where, should by right, build on that good form. I think it will be a 1-1 draw.
It feels like these are the sort of games where the lower tier teams sort of don't have consistency, right? It's like 1 week they perform well against the big team, the next, right, we just go back to default against like a team on equal level. So I think I also think it's gonna be a draw for Fulham. I think it's gonna be 1-1.
I think I'll give Fulham more credit Yeah, I would given the run of form. Not really run of form. I got 2 games, 1 win, 1 draw, but still okay. I would think they will still be able to beat a team like Brighton because
Brighton rested Tariq Lamptey for this. I was a bit surprised with that, but yeah.
But you have Anthony Robertson. There's no
Robinson. Although he did play very well, but yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's just I feel like which team has the better players to actually score the goals. And I think Fulham, they are more informed. Or maybe they look more threatening. They're not more informed. They just look more threatening on the counter as compared to Brighton. And straight in Denver back at it. Off the train right away. So I think I go for 1-0 Fulham.
I think this will be a draw. And this type of lower table sides, maybe I'm hoping they will just go all out, keep attacking. I'm just hoping as a neutral, I want it to be a 2-2.
Okay.
Not 2-2.
Fair enough. I think it's possible. Fulham and Brighton both don't have much issue scoring. Brighton's next game, they face Sheffield United. So this will be the game which will make Sheffield United winners in 14. I'm actually going to go draw for this one. Maybe Sheffield United pick up a point here. I will go 0-0.
I think it's time for Sheffield to break the streak. I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win.
I actually want to agree with Yinren. But actually, after watching the game against Southampton, right, oh my god, I will still think the streak will continue. I think it'll be 2-0 Brighton.
Yeah, I think Brighton will win 1-0.
Okay. I guess we can do a Aston Villa double header since we are Aston Villa podcast. Aston Villa face Burnley first in matchweek 13. Then they travel to crosstown rivals West Brom for matchweek 14. Both, I think you can say, winnable games for Villa.
I think against Burnley, Burnley already won against Arsenal. And they're not going to win 2 games in a row. So
yeah, that would be amazing. Sean Dyche for manager of the month.
I think time for Aston Villa to bounce back a bit, try to regain their form. So I think it'll be a 1-0 Aston Villa win to me.
Okay.
And then the second week is Aston Villa West Brom, is it?
Yeah, West Brom Aston Villa.
Okay, I think, but that's the thing. I think Aston Villa has a chance of winning 2 in a row. So I think I'm gonna go for Aston Villa win again. This one maybe Aston Villa will score a bit more goals. Maybe their win against Burnley will fuel them. I think it's gonna be 3-1.
Is it a bit if I don't think Villa will actually beat Burnley? I just don't know why. To be honest, Villa, I feel they're one of the hardest teams to figure out this season. Someone just lose games they're not expected to lose. And yeah, I think I'll go for a draw for the Villa-Burnley game. Maybe 1-1. But I do expect them to win West Brom quite comfortably, so I'll go for a 3-0 for that.
Yeah, I kind of agree on the Burnley result. Like, Burnley somehow are not that bad defensively sometimes. Like, sometimes they can just don't concede, be very stubborn. So I think that one will be also 1-1. And then against West Brom, I think Aston Villa should be able to exploit a bit more spaces or a slightly weaker defense. 3-1 for that.
I'm going to go slightly different. I think even though Villa do have a few players, I think out through suspension against Burnley. I think Matty Cash is out at right back. Douglas Luiz, the red card, is going to be out also. I'm not confident of Burnley getting any points here. I'll go Villa to win 2-0. West Brom, Villa. Actually, I think West Brom will probably pick up a point here though. Yeah, and I guess you can say it's a derby. Maybe they'll be up for it. West Brom 1, Aston Villa 1. Yeah, okay. West Ham face Crystal Palace. This is a London derby.
Crystal Palace, West Ham. I think it's going to be a 2-1 Crystal Palace.
I'll go there. We'll go for 2-1 West Ham.
I'll be a 0-0 for this one.
Okay, I'll go 2-2 draw. Last one, Burnley at home against Wolves on match week 14.
I think this may be a goalless draw. I mean, Burnley doesn't score.
I'm going for a surprise result. Go for a Burnley win.
Wow, another
go for 1-0 Burnley.
Okay.
Wow. I mean,
mine reverse.
Mark wouldn't like that,
I was going to say sorry, Mark, because Burnley keeps winning.
Yeah, I think I think Burnley's fixture list during December is quite easy. So I think they will definitely pick up points. Yeah.
I think Wolves will win 1-0 reverse of his.
I'm going to go draw 1-1 Burnley Wolves. Yeah, so somehow we managed to finish all 20 fixtures. I think we are tired also, thinking of conditional, if they win 1 week, will they win the next week kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say first. I don't think there'll be any 2-2 results. Because there hasn't been a single 2-2 result in the whole freaking year.
Stop discriminating against
It's time to start.
What is against 2-2?
No.
Make him lost on lose
every year.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you for watching all the way to the end of our video. It is a very, very long video for us. I'm not sure how long the end product will be. But thanks for sticking through all 20 predictions from all of us. And hopefully you enjoy match week 13 and 14. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. See you again following week. Bye-bye.